Hey there, welcome to Concept Hunter. Today we're going to talk about Spider downloaded as we choose a mouse because I'm not with a touchpad. And we get to see the introductory here. It tells you who made the game, so it's in a way it's credits, a game by Ray Saku Pencil. But it also tells you and shows you the main mechanics of the game and also gives you the story. So it does everything together, which I actually kind of like. That's a pretty nice way. You're doing pretty much all the things that you want to do. You say who made the game and the story and the mechanics, basically. So that's actually pretty cool. So here we choose between Windows and Mac. I guess, I mean, because the context of the game makes me confused, because it could just ask, are you on a Windows or a Mac? But because we went into a computer, does this matter in terms of which levels we'll see or anything like that? I'm assuming it totally doesn't. But then this makes this kind of an odd question, because usually you can find out if you're a Windows on a Mac, and often it really doesn't matter. So I'm not sure why this question is here, but okay, Windows. Let's just get started. There's a bunch of things we could press: moves, controls, theater stats, but we're just going to go through and start a game. But you could already see that moving my mouse actually moves the camera, and we're going to talk about this in a second. So let's start the game. We get thrown into a computer. I guess a Spider was downloaded somehow, and we're thrown into an introductory level. So let's just get started and see how this game works. Like I said, we can move the mouse around in order to take a look. And this is a problem. This is a little bit of a problem. Move around using the arrow keys, and you can walk up walls because you're a spider, and then you can look around using the mouse. So this mechanic, we've seen it before. Moving the mouse, this is a 2D game. It is completely played in a 2D environment, but we have sort of a camera that is 3D, and also the environments are sort of 3D. In terms of the art of it, which is kind of odd. But this mechanic of moving the mouse around, it is very rarely done well, almost never, because it is very, very jarring to the player. And it is the same here. With the jankiness, and I don't know, that's the only word that comes to mind, with the jankiness of how the game looks, and also the movement being not that smooth, it really bothers me. It means that I don't feel in control of this, and I don't feel comfortable in this. I feel that it's really pushing up against me, and the main problem I have with it is the reason for it. What reason is there for it? Why can't it just focus on the main character? Why did I need to do this in order to move the camera? There are a million different ways you could have done the camera. It's not entirely easy to deal with a camera, but this really just takes so much away and makes the game, in my opinion, just worse off for it, because it's so difficult to focus on it, and it's, the best word I can find is janky. I really dislike this. It might be completely me. It might be completely a personal opinion, but I absolutely dislike this. Moving on, aim with the mouse, press and hold the mouse to use your grapple. So you're a spider, the main mechanic of the game is a grapple. And let me tell you, this mechanic is awesome. It is so much fun. I love grappling mechanics. Use wall climbing and grappling to get around. It's just fun. I mean, you really don't have to do too much in order to make this fun. You move around so fast, and it's just like you throw yourself away, and it's amusing. You could do a ton in terms of level design, and that's pretty much all you need. You just need to make, okay, let's do a grappling mechanic. All right, the grappling mechanic works pretty well. Good, let's just put in level design, and we got a game. And that's, I really believe that to be true, because this is so much fun. It is just, and the control here is pretty damn good. If you press W and S, if you press up and down, you actually go up and down on the grapple. So you have really a great amount of control over this mechanic, and it's fun. It's just fun. But the mechanic with the camera kind of hinders it. And a couple of the things done in terms of the art form, which I already got to tell you that I don't love, is really just detrimental to the entire experience. For example, we've got these trees, and I could totally grapple onto them, but I can't walk up them. So it's just grappling, and it's okay, but not being entirely sure what I can grapple and what I can't grapple is kind of odd. You got keys, so you could use them in order to skip levels. It's fine, I already picked this one up. It's fine mechanic. These walls and floors and ceilings are really rigid, it's very obvious this is a thing that you can walk on. But these trees, it makes sense that I can't on the green around it, because it's kind of not really there. It's kind of an alpha. But then it makes sense for me to be able to climb the tree trunk, but I can't. I can't climb or touch any of that. It's just for grappling. Okay, that's So I was confused by that. So as you can see, I can't actually grab the green, but I can with the grapple, but I can't grab anything else. It's kind of weird, and it's the feedback. The visual feedback is off-putting. It's not perfect. I don't exactly understand what it is. It's pretty clear once you start doing this, but it's not obvious, and that bothers me. These things need to be very simple and obvious, and not having that takes away from the control of the player and the understanding of what you're doing, alongside this goddamn camera. It all takes away from it. On top of that, you've got these red zones, which obviously kill you, but they don't register that well, especially with the ground being red as well. It just doesn't register very well. It looks kind of ugly, and the visual feedback that you need to have here is not great. All of these things, along with the camera, adds to an experience of a really fun mechanic buckled down by visuals that it rarely happens, but this is really the case. I don't understand why in this very 2D game you had to have this everything 3D. I really don't understand the reasoning behind it, and it takes a lot away from the game, I have to say. Other than that, I didn't play it too much because it was this off-putting for me, but it is super fun. I mean, the mechanic is done really well. If that's the one thing that you could totally... the mechanic is fun. It really is fun. I just wish that everything else clicked better in this game. It's called Spider Downloaded. It's by Sakupan, and that's it for Concept Powder for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.